Alright, this is Diablo 3 patch 2.2. I'm going to show you the Witch Doctor pet build. This isn't very good for higher grade or rifting, but decent for tier 6. Kind of laid back, a little bit more, not so stressful. But I'll show you the gear afterwards. Do a quick rift real quick.
I wish you luck.
Haunt everything I can.
Needs more time. My strike is true.
There's some free stacks going, pick up those health orbs.
Spirits aid me. I need more time.
Decently fast. Initially I tried doing it with what was it, Locust Swarm, but then I found out that even though if I made the dot last forever, they would only take max damage for, or the extra damage from this set bonus for the 4 seconds after the first tick, not like each tick didn't refresh the damage. So it's just not worth it really. I just keep casting Haunt and get the extra 20% damage from the rune on Haunt.
My curse upon you. I am here.
Guys tried to pin me in there. Switch bracers, invincible. Thought about trying to get some way to fit the Jade set in here, like partial Jade set, so you could get some massive crits doing Haunt on the same enemy twice. But just can't do it. They didn't make the Zunamasa shoulders, so it's very difficult. That's why you can't go to greater rifts with this, because you can't get a Unity ring set. You have to wear the Zunamasa ring and the Royal Ring of Grandeur, both not switchable. So you can't wear a Unity, which means you take more damage, which means greater rifting is harder.
The truth burns.
I was doing a Poison Jade set right before this, and I just didn't like it. I don't know why. Seemed like a lot of work and quite dangerous. Get some nice crits and stuff, but see how fast I can take this guy out. Boom. Way faster than my Whirlwind Barbarian. But Whirlwind Barbarian clears all this trash a lot faster. Still think this is better than the Poison Pet set video that I did before, Poison Darts. As far as, well, the Poison Darts can go to greater rifts, but I think this one's nicer for tier 6, Garment 6. Faster. That's good enough for now. I'll show you what kind of gear I'm rolling with in the spec after I discover these items. Don't want to leave you hanging. It looks like crap though. No new transmog, so it's not the star metal kukri that I need. Got like 500 hours on this character and never seen a star metal. Yep. So let's look at the gear. Using Red Hoe Flare, and then that makes my toads heat seek, so then I use Plague of Toads, Addling Toads to make kind of a crowd control thing, make the enemies fight each other, they don't bother you. You could switch that rune out for Explosive Toads or something for a little more damage, but it really, you know, the enemies attack you more, so I'd rather have them fighting each other. Then you have to have the Zunamasa offhand to get 5 pieces. I was trying to do some kind of sacrifice build with Homunculus. I got an ancient one, which actually reduced the cooldown of this zombie dogs to 2 seconds. A regular one is only 3 to 5 seconds, so that's really awesome. But just couldn't do it for the sacrifice builds for decent damage. You got to have the Tall Man's Finger, but I got no room because I need the Zunamasa and I need the Royal Ring, so you just can't do anything with it. So I tried it with just the regular dogs and launching them and having the damage boost, which can stack up to like 4 or 5 times from sacrificing the dogs, and that seemed decent, but it's a lot more work than this too, and it seems to work out about the same. And to have this on, I had to get rid of either the Mask of Jerem or the Tasker and Theo. So even though I gained damage from sacrificing, I lost damage from like 100% pet damage or 50% attack speed from the dogs or animals, pets or whatever. So yeah, I just decided to go back to this. So Zunamasa's offhand, Zunamasa boots, Zunamasa pants. Poison dart damage is from the poison dart build. I just didn't roll it off. I could get it into Plague of Toads damage, but these aren't really the damage of this build. It's the pets, and the only thing I could roll that would make that better was poison armor. So I said screw it, just leave it in case I go back to poison dart build. Zunamasa Marrow, fetish army damage, and shoulders, pretty much whatever you want in there. I can't get the 3-piece bonus for this because then I would lose the strong arm bracers bonus for when they get picked up by Piranado. So this one I'm looking to switch out for, I don't know, I could even do like the Skeleton King shoulders, so I save my ass maybe even not more often, but you really don't need too much ass saving with this build anyway. So this one I'm just leaving for now. You also need, of course, Tasker and Theo, more pet attack speed. You also need Mask of Jerem, more pet damage. I got a semi-decent Hellfire Amulet for pet build with physical damage and crit hit chance. and then a socket, and it has a fetish sycophants passive, which is a must for this must have for this build. So that allowed me to get an extra slot on here, which you could either get rid of Spirit Vessel if you're confident in your survivability. If you don't have this necklace, get rid of that and get the fetish sycophants, or maybe if you can get rid of Gruesome Feast and get the fetish sycophants. But yeah, there's that necklace. Belt, kind of up to you somewhat. I have a decent witching hour. Rings, Zinamasa, like I said, have to have it because they don't give you the damn shoulders. I have a perfectly open shoulder slot, but they give you a have to use a ring instead. I have a pain enhancer in there. Then I have an enforcer in the Royal Ring of Grandeur. Not that great of a one. I'd prefer it if it would have had crit hit chance, but. And then Bane of the Powerful in this necklace. You could get rid of Bane of the Powerful and want a little more movement speed. You could do a lightning gem, but I don't have this one leveled. My decent leveled one's on my barbarian, so I just went with the leveled up Bane of the Powerful. And then let's see. Like I said, Plague of Toads, Addling Toads, Piranhas, Piranado, which adds extra damage to the enemies, sucks them all up, keeps them contained where they can't do anything for a little while, some of them, and then it procs the 6-piece of the Mana Spenders, cost 275% more damage of your pets. And then Spirit Walk, just about every Witch Doctor build, because you gotta save your ass a lot or get you where you want to go faster. Haunt, Poison Spirit, 20% more damage on the targets that are haunted, and then it also procs the 6-piece Zuni set. You could also try this with Locust Swarm with Pestilence, but like I said, it only procs the extra damage from the Zuni set for the first 4 seconds from when it jumps to the enemy. So that's, you know, if you kill fast enough before it runs out, it's pretty neat. I like it because it jumps across the screen, pulls more enemies towards you. But for the extra damage and to make sure I keep the enemies with the extra damage, I use Haunt. You could also possibly use maybe Acid Cloud. That could be mana intensive, or Grasp of the Dead with whatever rune you want. Maybe Death is Life for extra tanks. Get some dogs in there. But yeah, Haunt's alright. Big Bad Voodoo. This one you could probably switch for like a Gargantuan with Restless Giant, or just keep Big Bad Voodoo, Slam Dance. I really only use this when the Rift Guardian comes out, and he already dies fast enough as is. So for trash help, I really wish they would fix this guy, because 100% damage seems just weak. It's one guy, and he can only hit for 100. Fetish Army's 12 guys or 8 guys, and they hit for 180 each. So it just doesn't make sense to me. You could do Gargantuan with Restless Giant or Wrathful Protector or something. But yeah, I leave on Big Bad Voodoo. Or a bunch of different stuff you could swap this out for too, since you're just doing Torment 6 probably with this build. Maybe Mass Confusion with a Paranoia or something for extra damage. But yeah, then you have to have Fetish Army on here. It's permanent when you have the Zuni 2-piece. Then I have Spirit Vessel. And that just makes it so you can do Spirit Walk more often. And if you die, you won't die. At least once. Perseveil doesn't use a lot of mana on this build, so just makes all your pets and everything else do extra damage for basically nothing. Gruesome Feast, get some of that mana back from picking up orbs, and you get extra intelligence, which means more damage even, and it stacks up to 5 times. And then Grave Injustice, which heals you and gives you mana back. But the main point of it is every time you kill an enemy, you get a 1 second off your cooldown. So lets you do Piranado more often, lets you do Slam Dance more often, lets you do Fetish Army more often. If say a couple died or something, you need to resummon them, but they really shouldn't die into your Torment 6. But as for Paragons, just make sure your movement speed's kept at 25%. If you got some on boots and stuff, you should only, if they had 10% on boots, you would only go 15% into this, and then the rest in intellect. Offense, I did crit hit chance, crit hit damage. I really should reset this and get rid of cooldown reduction and go attack speed for the pets. Actually, I'll do that now. I hadn't fixed this yet. That's from when I was tinkering with the Jade set, Poison Jade. This one, armor, resist, whatever you need more of. I think this was also for my Jade set, so I was having to get into the mix. As I'm being out in the open now, I should probably go with some resist, and I guess I'll just, yeah, I'll go with a little resist and a little more armor and then some life. And then this one, probably area damage first, then some life on hit. I needed that personally. And resource cost reduction, but like I said, these doesn't cost too much on mana. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed.